In this video, you're going to learn about 7 editing hacks that you can use in CapCut on your mobile device right now. And I'm not much of a fan of big intros, so let's get right into it. The first editing hack is going to be teleporting, and this is exactly how that's going to look. So in order to make this happen, you're going to need to film 2 separate clips. So if we jump into my phone, you're going to see that the first clip is just going to be an empty clip of you just not there. It's going to be where you're going to teleport to. Now, the second clip is going to be you basically dropping in and making it seem like you had just teleported. So now that we have those 2 clips together, let's start editing this. So we're gonna trim off a good bit of the first clip. Just because it's a little long right now, I wanted to make sure I got all of it in there. So there, let's trim the end of it where we can see my hand come into frame. Now let's edit the second clip and make it to right about right there, right where I land into the chair where I completed the teleport. Now, if we play this clip as is right now without any other editing, we can see, all right, kind of by itself, it already kind of looks like that I teleported there, but we're going to need to spice this up and make it look exactly like the example that I showed you. So in order to make this happen, we're going to come back to our timeline, and you see this white square in between the clips. This is where you're going to be able to add the type of transition that you want to add. So if we tap on that, you see that all of the transitions pop up, and you can scroll through almost any transition. Almost any transition is actually going to work with this, but if we want it to look a lot cooler and like that electric type of thing, then this is what you want to do. You're going to want to come to the search bar where it says search transitions, and then you want to type in electric light 2, and I already searched that, so it's going to show up there. So I press that, and we can see that the second option is electric light 2. So if we press on that, that is going to add the transition. As you can see, it shows you the example of it, and we can make the transition longer in time, or we can shorten it up if we need to. And I don't think this transition needs to be very long, so we are going to make sure it stays relatively short. So we do that. We make sure we apply to all clips. So we close that, press the check mark, and if we come back and play the clip again, this is what it's going to look like. All right. So now we have a cool teleportation effect, but we're not done. What's something that is going to make this that much better? What's going to help keep your audience's attention when it comes to a transition like this? Yes, the visuals are good, but we also need to add in sound to up the level of this transition overall. So in order to do this, we're going to want to add some sound effects. So we make sure nothing's highlighted, and we're going to come to audio here at the bottom. We press on audio, then we come to sound effects. I think something that is going to look and sound good all together is a little whoosh effect. So we can just come to the search sound effects, and we just type in whoosh, and we just search different types of whoosh effects that we want to hear, and you can just press and hear them if you want. Ooh, that one sounds pretty good. It doesn't need to be a long clip, but that's something that I like. I think I like that one. So when I find the one I like, I'm going to press the plus sign, and then it's going to automatically be added to your timeline. So if we press it again, we just need to adjust exactly where we want this. So now if we play it again, all right, just a little too soon. Ooh, there we go. I think that sounds pretty good, but I'm gonna add another sound effect because I believe that it can be a little bit better. This overall clip can be better. So I'm going to make sure that I add in a little build up at the beginning, because if we just play it now, there's no sound, there's nothing going on, and then that whoosh effect happens, that whoosh sound happens. So we want to add something at the beginning to build up the clip and really make it a bit more tense as your audience is watching this clip. So if we go to sound effects again, and we type in build up sound effects. All right. Again, this one doesn't need to be long. Okay, I actually like this first one, but we're going to really need to trim this down, and let's see how it sounds right now. Ooh, hey, I think that sounds pretty good overall. I think that's really good. And when you just compare it to having this without sound to with sound, it's night and day difference. One's gonna make you wanna stick around longer, ones is capturing your attention longer. It makes you stay more entertained while you're watching this entire clip. So there is exactly how you're going to be able to do this teleportation effect within CapCut. The second editing hack that I'm going to go into is dubbing your videos into a different language. And it's not going to look like those cheesy dubs that you might have seen back in the day where their lips are moving in one language, but you're hearing it in your language and things just don't really match up at all. It's not going to be like that. It's going to actually be very close to the language that you dub it into. And this is also why I think CapCut is just simply amazing. They are way ahead of the editing game, especially for an app that is free. What you're going to want to do, you want to come to CapCut, you want to come to new project, and let's just add something where, all right, this is a video I did recently. I'm talking in it the whole time. So this is going to be one of those perfect videos where I can dub it into another language. So what we want to do, we want to make sure that the clip is highlighted, and we're going to come to the bottom. We're going to scroll until we see video translator. So what we're going to do, we're going to press on video translator. So you see you have this screen pop up, and we have two options. This says translate from English. That's the language that's selected because that is the language that I'm speaking in the video. And I want to translate what I'm saying into, let's say, Japanese. So if I want to dub my video into Japanese, I'm going to select Japanese, and then from there you're just going to press apply. Once you press apply, you don't need to do anything else. CapCut's going to do everything for you. You just need to be patient and wait because it is going to take a minute or two to actually dub everything into exactly the language that you selected. Once CapCut is finally done translating your video, this is the end result that we get.
2024年に健康を維持するための絶対的なトップアプリをご紹介します。これらのアプリはカロリーカウンターと呼ばれています。フードトラッカーと断続的な断食トラッカー、ぜひ試してみてください。カロリーカウンター。
Honestly, I can't believe how cool this is and how well this actually works. My lips don't seem like a cheesy dub or anything like that. It's not perfect, but hey, it does get the job done. It's very passable and believable in real time. Editing hack number 3 is going to be adding captions in other languages. So we just went over how you can dub your videos into a completely different language. Now we are going to do something where we're not going to have to actually dub the video, but we can just add captions in another language that we want to add them in. So it's going to be a very simple process. Then this is how you're going to do it. So we come to new project, we're going to add in another video that I did. Let's, you know what? Let's add in this short one right here. So as you can see, again, just a normal talking head video, I'm speaking, but we're gonna wanna add a different language for our captions. So what we're gonna wanna do, we're gonna wanna come to text, we're gonna wanna come to auto captions, and then once this menu pops up, you see that you have bilingual captions. This is what's going to allow you to add captions in another language. As you can see, I already have Spanish selected because I messed with this tool before I made this video, wanted to see how cool it was and how effective it was before I told you about it. So yeah, but anyways, you see you have a lot of different languages that you can actually choose from. So if you didn't want to have another language for your captions, you don't need to do that. But for purposes of this editing hack, we're going to select Spanish, and then from there, it's just as easy as pressing generate. So we're gonna press generate. And again, you wait till CapCut does its thing. This is a process that actually does work pretty fast if you ask me. So as you can see, now you have captions in both English and Spanish, and it does that for the entirety of the video. Now, if you don't want to have the English captions, all you have to do is delete them. It's a very simple process. You just go through each of them and you press delete, and that's still gonna keep the Spanish captions in the video. And the good thing about this is that you can edit the captions like you normally would with the regular captions as well. So again, we can highlight the captions, we can go to style, we can pick whatever style we want. I actually really like this type of style, so select that, and you press play, and you see it's applied to all of them. And if I wanted to, I can resize them if I wanted. I can move them around. Again, you can do everything that you want to do with the translated captions as you would with the regular captions. Editing them is just as easy. So once you actually have the captions on the screen, you can do whatever you need to with them. But again, getting a different language of captions is just that simple. It's as easy as pressing a few different buttons on your screen. Editing hack number 4 is going to be making stuff out of nothing. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Let's say I'm making a video and I'm talking about nothing but trees, and I want to have some images of trees in my video, but I don't want to take any generic tree off the internet, any picture or video of a tree off the internet. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna use CapCut to create images of trees that I can actually use in my videos. And how is it gonna do this? With artificial intelligence. So to get here, make sure we have a new project uploaded, we have a project started, and then we're gonna come to the bottom of our screen, make sure nothing's highlighted, scroll all the way to the right, we're gonna press on stickers. And from here, we're going to come to the left, and you see that there's AI. Boom, we are gonna press on that AI button. Now, this is something that I did before because, I wanted to make sure it works, but this is a screen that will pop up for you. It's not gonna have any images on it if you haven't used it before, so make sure you're keeping that in mind. But this is how your screen is going to look once you use the generator at least one time. So again, let's say we are making a video about trees. You're gonna be able to put in some sort of prompt into CapCut so that the AI can actually generate the type of image that you are explaining to it. So as you can see here, I typed in tree skyline in the middle of autumn, greens, yellows, and red leaves. So that is what I did. I can press generate at that point, and it is trying to generate that type of image right now. And as you can see, it does work relatively quickly. The images are loading now, but again, it does work pretty quick depending on how elaborate you are with your description. And the more descriptive you can be, the better off you will be with the images that you're trying to get. And again, I think I kept it pretty basic, but you can see that it generates 4 images for you, and you have the options of modifying what you typed in, or you can just say, hey, I don't really like these 4 images that you generated. You can just press regenerate, and then CapCut will do these images again to try and give you a better image of what you were trying to describe. And you can see that, yes, although these are all very similar, these are all very different at the same time, because the artificial intelligence is trying to do everything it can to give you what you want based on what you typed into as the prompt. And with this option, you can also come to the bottom left, and if we press on that, you see you have collage, we can type cartoon. There's different options as to what type of style you may want for that image that you were trying to generate. So if we did pixel and I typed in generate, we're going to see exactly what it looks like. And as you can see, pixelated images is a lot different than this collage type images that are there, but it also follows exactly what I put in as the prompt for the images that I wanted. And then if you liked one, if you see one that you like, where you press it, and then you can just press the check mark and put add. And then from there, as you can see, it adds it as a sticker to your video, and then you can edit this however you want. You can animate it if you need to. You can do whatever you want with that sticker once it's generated and added to your video. Editing hack number 5 is changing the actual lighting of your video after you've already filmed it. Now, this is something that I think is actually genuinely cool and something that can actually be used in almost every single video that you do. If you maybe struggle with the type of lighting that you are trying to get for your videos. So how exactly are you going to do this? So the clips that we want to change the lighting to, we're gonna make sure that we have the clip highlighted. Again, same project but as before. We're gonna make sure that's highlighted. We're gonna come to the bottom of the screen. We're gonna scroll until we see the option relight. So relight is right there. We press on relight, and then you see you have a bunch of different options that pop up. If we just scroll through them real quick, these are all the different options that you have for the relighting process of the video and clip that you have selected. And this is something that if you put in a picture into your timeline as well, you can relight the picture as well. So it works with video and pictures. Again, that's just another added benefit to this type of tool right here. So you see you have the options of facial, ambient, or creative lighting. Let's go with ambient because I think the lighting on my face in this clip is okay. So if we just select something like this teal backlighting, and you see if we start just moving it around, the background looks completely different than what it just did. And it's kind of wild actually. So you see that that's how it looked before. This is how it looks now. Mind blowing. So if we look at the actual video, you see that we have a circle to the left that is orange red, a circle in the middle, and a circle to the right that is that teal blue color. Now, these are things that we can definitely change if we wanted to. All you have to do is come back to the option that you selected. If we tap it again, you see we can change the colors, we can change the intensity, the radius, pretty much everything we want about that specific light. Now, if we just go back to our video and we want to change the direction of the lighting, all you have to do is press and hold onto that circle and we move it around, and you can see that wherever I'm moving it around on the screen, the lighting changes based on where I'm moving it at. So same thing with the other lighting, you see how things change. And with this light, the middle lighting as well, that's mostly just on the face. You might not want to change that too much based on how good you think the lighting already is on your face and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how you can change the lighting of your video with just the press of a couple buttons within CapCut. And again, these are things that you can actually edit all you want. If I wanted to make that orange light blue, there you go. I change it to blue. If I wanted to make it green, I change it to green. If I wanted to change the color of the second lighting to a dark purple, I can do that as well. And I can move it around anywhere I want. It just changes the complete look of the overall video with the lighting that you want to have for it. The sixth editing hack is going to be making your video look as if it is from a movie. So let's say you watch a movie and you just love the lighting, you love exactly how it looks, how it's shot, everything about that movie, you love it. And you want your video to look extremely similar to that type of style. You can have your videos have the same type of look and style as your favorite movie. So one of my favorite movies of all time is Inception, and as you can see, I added the movie poster to the end of my timeline. It's just an image that I took from the internet. That's all you need to do. Just grab an image from your favorite movie, and it doesn't matter what the image is, just grab that image, add it to your timeline, and then we are going to get into this process. So from here, we're going to go to our clip that we want to make look like our movie. So we make sure it's highlighted. We're going to come to the bottom of the screen, come all the way to adjust. And then you see that there's an option that pops up that is called color match. So we're going to select color match. And then the next thing we're going to have to do is find the source. So we press that plus sign in the middle of the screen, and then we scroll along this timeline all the way to the end to where we added that image of the movie. So we press apply from there. And then as you can see, instantly, almost instantly, the video itself matches the colors of that movie poster. And from here, we can change the intensity. We can make it very intense, or we can bring it all the way down to almost 0 if we want. But we're gonna leave it about 85. I think that looks cool. So yeah, that's all you have to do to make it look like your favorite movie. And now, if we go back to the video, the entire video gives that feel of the movie Inception. And I think that is really cool. I think that is a very cool process just to get something like this in a matter of seconds. Now, the seventh and final editing hack is going to be using built-in speed ramps. That's something that, as an editor, is going to change your life because it's going to save you so much time with every edit that you're making. And speed ramps are those things that just make your video have a lot more dynamic movement to it. It just adds that much more to a rather plain video. So if we start a new project and add a clip to it, this is a clip that I did for a recent client. It's just a bunch of B-roll of me packing a bag, but all you have to do, highlight that clip, and then you have the option of speed at the bottom. You press speed. The next part, you're gonna wanna come to curve. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do it manually. You don't wanna do that. But if you come to curve, and we see we have several different built-in speed ramps that we can utilize. So if we just go to montage, you see how it's going to be a little bit different. If we go to hero, it's also going to be a little bit different there. And the thing about this is you can edit these built-in speed ramps as well to your precise liking. So if we press that hero again, you see that we have a bunch of different points. So if we adjust these points within the video, it's going to change the speed at different points within the video as well. So now if we press play, you see how things are changing just from me adjusting these points throughout the entire video. But again, this is something that makes the process so much easier, and I don't have to go into my timeline and make all of these edits and make all of these precise edits. Having the built-in speed ramps makes it so much easier to do everything that I need to do without having to spend hours actually editing the precision points for the speed. And when I say making these edits and adding these speed ramps is that easy, it truly is that easy. And there you have it, 7 editing hacks that you can use within CapCut that you can also do straight from your phone. And again, a lot of these are just gonna take a few presses of a couple buttons, and it's just gonna make your editing life so much easier. So if this was a video that you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a comment, leave a like. You know, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because this is gonna be stuff that you don't wanna miss, and I'm gonna keep pumping out these videos for you. But that's all I have for you for now, and yeah, I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Peace.